Yay.
Recording in progress.
See, practice make perfect, you guys. Can't let the technology run you away. All right, greetings, and welcome to Tax Tip Live. We are in March. February just marched on through. He said, I don't know about y'all, but I'm out of here. And we are in March, and isn't it exciting to make it to the third month of the new year? Oh my gosh. And the second going into the third quarter of God's calendar year. Yes. So it varies. Time varies for different individuals because of the awareness that others may have. Okay, so I'm just throwing that out there because my time zones are just like, whoa. But I am just excited to be able to be with you guys on the first day of the first month in the new year. And I just pray that so far all is well. Now I know February was bumpy. I don't know about you guys, but oh my goodness, you know, many don't understand that every step you take in Christ, you have to have faith to move forward, even in business, even through ministry. And so I just want you all to be encouraged underneath the sound of my voice. Know that Father have your back. He just taking you to that next level of faith, because your faith that was yesterday is not going to operate for tomorrow. Okay, so just take a deep breath, hold on, and let's get going. Okay. Now, hold on for a moment. I want to make sure that I forward this to the the business link. Because when I did it through YouTube, for some apparent reason, it didn't record properly. And so I just want to make sure all of the kinks that I can see myself live, yes. And now I can forward it to not only to the Ervin Management Group page, but to some groups. Let's see. And we just going to send it on down because this is going to be very helpful for so many. We are going to tap into understanding about this ERC, the Employee Retention Credit. We're going to discuss that this is the month that a lot of S Corps have to file their taxes on March 14th. Yesterday, February 28th, was the last day for you to send out your 1099s. And I think you have a grace period. So if you didn't send out those 1099s to IRS and to the other vendors, send them out this week. Okay, so you won't get no penalty. And I guess somebody probably saying 1099. I'm supposed to send out 1099. Yes. If you have as a not only a LLC, but if you are an S Corp, you should be sending out 1099s. Okay. And then I'm going to highlight also, this is my launch month for colorectal cancer. That's right. And so starting today, I'm going to be posting every day different areas where you can begin to be proactive with your health and with colorectal cancer. All right. You have all types of cancer, you guys, my goodness. But since I have been, God showed mercy upon me, where not only that he helped me through that process, he also blessed me where I didn't have to wear a colostomy bag. And that's what was the big concern because of the type of surgery that I had. They already had told me about 85% of those type of surgeries have to go back in and attach a colostomy bag. So I would have been living with a colostomy bag. Oh my goodness. So God just not that I was so righteous and so perfect. No, it's just the love of God and his mercy upon me that I was able to go through there. And so because of that, this is the time that it's time for me to launch, tell my story, and help others overcome, because it's still running rapid, you guys. Yes, it is. And so with that, let's get going. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to time myself. So I have to start. I just have to start. Let me just start. I'm going to put on the timer. Because, see, I know I'm long-winded and I get excited, and the Holy Spirit is literally helping me with that. I ask him to help me, and I want to be proactive and do my part. Now, I need to find the timer. Okay, you go underneath clocks. Clocks. I'm going to set it for 15 minutes. I know you're already laughing like, Doc, you know you're not going to take them 15 minutes. It's going to be longer than that. Well, that's my goal. We're going to start it, and it is started. All right. Now, let me share my screen. And I forgot to block my phone. They keep calling about health insurance. I keep telling them I already have my health insurance. I don't need health insurance. I don't need. Okay, so I gave you all the agenda, what we're going to be talking about. The first thing I want to share with you all about, especially you guys that are small businesses, meaning micro businesses, if you have at least 5 employees or less, okay, small businesses are considered underneath 500 employees or less. So if you fall in any of those categories, you still have an opportunity to claim your employee retention credit from 2020 and 2021. Ervin Management Group have partnered with the ERC provider that will literally help you receive that rebate check. I call it a rebate check, but it's a retention credit that you will get separately away from the tax return that you have already filed. Normally, it's really you just amending that tax return, okay? And let's take a deep breath on this, because if you have received the Paycheck Protection Program funds, which is the PPP, or if you have received any EIDL, and I'm going to talk about that, there's some amazing news about the EIDL, you guys. I try not to jump out there and blast something till I really find out what's going on. How can I help my business to business partners and clients in the area that's going to prosper them in their business? This is what Ervin Management Group is all about. I'm not just a tax preparer. I don't even consider myself a tax preparer anymore. I'm a tax specialist and a tax planner. I'm going to help you lay out your financial activity within the year. Let's see what type of tax rate you're going to fall into. And as a business owner, how can we leverage that tax code that's going to benefit you and allow you to get tax credit, not just tax deductions as a LLC, but when you convert it to an S Corp, meaning that you have employees and you're paying yourself. That's the only difference between a regular LLC and then you switching your LLC to an X Corp. And normally an X Corp converts from an LLC when you reach $150,000 or more revenue. Now that's gross revenue. All right, we're not talking about net revenue because normally that's going to decrease. Okay, so we're going to alleviate all of the anxiety around business taxes. And I beg of you, if you have a side hustle, I beg of you to call Urban Management Group. I'm going to put the link at the bottom just to see if we are compatible, that we can help you structure that some side hustle, because you're leaving so much money on the table, especially since they have increased the tax rate. Yes, now you are able to claim all of the credits that you deserve. Now, even as a LLC and a business owner, you still have opportunities to claim certain deduction, especially if you're a W-2 employee also. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you, I kind of miss it myself, because that W-2 help you alleviate some taxes. Oh my gosh, we have payroll taxes, employee taxes, health insurance taxes. It is so many taxes that you have to deal with on the employer side when you convert to an S corp. But guess what? It's still phenomenal. Why? Because you have some tax credits that's going to benefit you, and it will minimize all of those taxes that you will have to pay if you just and not only just a LLC, but a DBA, a business owner that's not even filing your business activity on your tax return, people. Okay, so I'm gonna always throw that out to help somebody out there, because you're spending the money. Come on. I had an individual, matter of fact, a family member, and told me they're collecting. Well, I just want to get all my equipment and I want to get all of this here. Don't you know you can maximize your tax return with your equipment, because that is assets that you are putting up for your business. And remember, IRS give you at least 3 years as to make a profit, because they counting on the second year to say, oh, this is too much, I'm not doing this. Isn't that something? They already counting on you to give up. But we're not giving up. We can do all things through Christ, which strengthen us in our livelihood, with our business, because whatever these hands touch, they're supposed to prosper. That's what God says, not what I said. God says that. So now the employee retention credit, what is that? The federal government established this employee retention credit to provide a refundable tax credit to businesses that had costs for staffing employees, maintaining their employees through the pandemic. All right. Now, I'm hearing a lot of disparities in between employees and independent contractors. Now, you have to have an employee to claim this credit, meaning that you have established some type of payroll company that releases out W-2s, and on that W-2, you will have your payroll taxes, they have their FICA, they have their FUTA, and they will have their Social Security taken out of their check. All right. And at the end of the year, we get a 941. That's a whole report of our transactions as employers paying our employees. Okay. And so what has happened, they understand that they have businesses. I'm going to say it again. They do understand that they have businesses that are still struggling, making those payroll deposits to pay those employees, to maintain the operating expenses, to maintain working capital, to have liquidity continually in their business on a slow peak or a high peak. We still have ongoing expenses, business insurance that you're supposed to be writing off, computers, Wi-Fi, internet, cell phones, different office supplies, office equipment, Office equipment breaks, you got to call somebody in to come and fix it. These are all different expenses that are continually monthly that you still have to pay. So because of that, eligible businesses that have experienced a decline in their gross receipts or their gross revenue, or was due to closing, you had to close your company because you didn't have assets. That's what happened with Urban Management Group. We had to close our office temporarily until they allowed us to come back into the building and have all of our PPEs, which the protection garments, and we had to get the screens and the gloves and the what is that, the gel, right, for safety, our masks. You had to have your mask. Okay, I still believe in the mask in certain areas because they're still having the flu season. And remember, the flu season is still a virus, and then you have other viruses that are connected to it. So when you go into a public place, I'm plugging it in, if you don't feel, comfortable, I don't worry about how people look at me. I'm sorry. I'm wearing my mask if I feel that I have to wear a mask. Okay. Now, these eligible companies, what you have to do, for example, you have to grab your quarterly tax returns from your which is the 941, and that form is your quarterly tax that you can use, but it's going to be amended. However, just know anybody can do this. You definitely need a reputable tax professional or an accounting or service center that know how to put your information that you already have submitted. You already have filed your 2020 tax returns. You already filed your 2021 tax return as a business owner, and you had employees. You literally gave them a W-2 at the end of the year. And because of that, per employee, you can earn up to $26,000 per employee. This is money that you don't have to pay back, you guys. And Urban Management Group can help you if you need that assistance. I will always put that link. Matter of fact, I have it already on the Facebook feed. You can go and click that survey, and that's going to determine, you just answer those questions. And once you answer those questions, it will send us an alert. We will get back with you and we will start that process for you. And I just want you to know that it is a deadline, so you don't want to play around too much. And it will take some time for you to get the check. The check gonna be totally separate, you guys, from your regular tax return, okay? With the exception of recovery startup businesses, most taxpayers become ineligible to claim this ERC for wages paid because they just started their business. Your business had to be functional and operational by January 2020, okay? All right. Now, they also have other opportunities for new upcoming businesses. Just stay tuned to our YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel at Urban Management Group. Okay, hit the notification bell, hit the thumbs up, all right, and subscribe to our channel so you can always know when I get the news. I'll plug it on the channel and you be first to get it, okay? And once you watch the video, be so kind and leave a comment. Let's help us move those algorithms so we can have some movement on that channel, all right? Now, the eligible employers may still can claim prior quarters. Depends on when you receive that PPP. Those quarters will not affect you to receive the max amount, but you will have allocation per employer. Per employee. So if you had 3 employees in 2020 and only 2 employees in 2021, yay, you still qualify. Okay, if you only had 4 employees in 2020. You had to furlough them, hire them back. It really caused your whole revenue to decrease. Okay. And then in 2021, you only had one or two. You still pre-qualify to see how much that you can get. Now, remember, it's up to $26,000. I'm not going to get into all the hype that you hearing that, oh, you get $26,000 per employee. No, sir, no, ma'am. It's up to $26,000. Okay, so let's just make sure that is clear. And then if you have any other concerns, here go the pre-qualification payroll allowance that an employer can qualify. All right. Remember, all of this is coming through the CARES Act 2020, and then they implemented the American Rescue Plan Act in 2021, and then they adjourned the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. And this one here, you guys, you really want to pay attention when this one here, because this is where they are infusing all the small businesses with all of these grants. That's why every month I'm going to transition, go to irs.gov. Underneath, okay, look, 15 minutes already. It's impossible for me to do this in 15 minutes. It is so much information, you guys, and I don't want to just leave you guys hanging on a cliffhanger like this here. All right, so go to irs.gov, type in employee retention credit, and go here and look at this here, okay? Now, right here underneath the calendar years, even if you're a nonprofit, whoa, if you're a nonprofit organization and you had W-2 employers, you also qualify. But the nonprofits, they have some stipulations, which ones? You have your 501c1, 501as, that's the colleges. All right, I could tell you right now, the 508, you don't qualify. Okay, but go here and let's tap into that. And as I stated before, you just go on my page and the form is already there. I'll repost it for you guys. Let me hydrate. All right. So we're going to end this one here. Now I want you all to look at what else is happening for small businesses. I'm still on the irs.gov website. Anything I normally, this is where I learned all my information from. Okay, so what is it? It's, if you want to convert, okay, let me rewind. First of all, LLCs, S corps, corporations, your income tax form will be placed on the 1120. Okay, if you didn't know, yeah, here it goes. You have to file this form. All right. This is where all of your activities for your corporation goes on this tax return. It's a separate tax return. If you incorporate it, then the 1040. Now, a regular LLC, limited liability corporation, you can still utilize the 1040 you will receive on that Schedule C. But if you are converted to an S Corp or a C Corp, your tax filing will be on this 1120. Okay. And so you have all of your activities, if you have to list your directors, and it's very, very meticulous, but just remember you have to follow it. If you need an extension for this here, you can always get the form off of irs.gov and ask for an extension, but always remember, if you have to pay any taxes, okay, that will activate some type of late fee. All right. And let me make sure that y'all, okay, you can see the screen. Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so remember earlier I circled that infrastructure bill. Okay. Okay, we don't want to hear ourselves. Okay. So that's where the pool of money is going. All right. I mentioned this in our class last month. And remember, every save the date, every second Tuesday of the month, rain, shine, sleet, prayerfully. If anything major happens though, if you register, because it is a cohort class, it's a working class, so that's why it has a fee attached to it. But oh my gosh, we get so much information, and then literally we take time out to do at least one complete grant all together. I literally help you with your wording, show you how, what they're looking for, the main thing, the questions that they ask, how to answer it, okay? And you have to be consistent. You can't just jump on one class, fill out a grant, don't get it, and get disheartened. I had a client that had to go through 3 different grants, but the fourth one, they got it. And what happened? He stated that he had to learn the lingo, he had to learn the process. He really didn't even understand that he was able to acquire a grant to do his craft. And so as we go through these classes every month, you're going to build upon building, okay? And that's the time to ask questions. Even if you find a grant before a deadline, those that have registered in previous classes, check your email, anything from Ervin Management Group, okay? It may wind up in the spam. Go check your spam. Go in the search bar, type in Ervin Management Group or Dr. D, and I guarantee you all the emails pop up, and just go through them, because I've been sending information to help build your business. I'm here to help serve you the best that I can. The access for you to have to me is through this technology, because everything is moving so fast, you guys, and it's moving so fast, and so many people have so many questions. And so when you have an opportunity to be in a group setting, why do you think they have all of these mega group settings? Because if you can touch a lot of people at one time, oh my gosh, the impact that you will receive, just to know that you're in a room with like-minded individuals that have a heart desire, that want to develop the basics of their business. I also had a client tell me, oh, I wish I would have been with you in the beginning, because they had stuff here and stuff there. And so we just took our time. I said, well, this is all we're going to do. We're going to set up a plan, and we're going to begin to clean up this and do this, and let's see this, because to go to that next level of certification that I mentioned about the infrastructure bill and all the pocket of monies that's sitting there, you have to make sure all of that is structured before you even go into that SAMS.gov, right? Or the certification, because they're only going to give you a time limit. And if you don't have all your stuff up front, I'm giving y'all some free nuggets here. If you don't have all your stuff up front, and you got to keep going back and looking, that time going, look, it's March already. It's March already. It's March already. And I'm like, what happened to February? Oh my God. It's not waiting for us, y'all. The time is moving, okay? And so with this, you being an LLC and an S Corp, oh my God, we can take advantage of so many tax codes, you guys, that would alleviate a lot of taxes. Yes, this form right here. Now, don't get frantic, all right? Because even if, let me see if I can go back, even if you file that 1040 and you have a business on it, you still be able to leverage a lot of the taxes that's due, okay, on there. You just have to make sure you have the right tax specialist to identify your needs. This is the 1040, all right? And I should have, that's the personal side. When you have a business, you're gonna get two. I'm sorry, let's see, it's a Schedule C. That's what I wanted to pull up. The Schedule C. So that Schedule C is going to give you some leverage. And that's what we want. That's what's going to help maximize your tax experience. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity. I did a lovely presentations on a platform with Success Fest, and we was able to be on that with that organization, Urban Management Group, and I went through details on that workshop. It will be available on another webinar that I'm going to incorporate in the courses that are being developed. Save the date for March 13th. We're going to have an impromptu at 7:30 on March, I think it's March 13th. March 13th is a Monday. And from there, it's going to catapult us into our 3-day It's Time to Strike Goals talent challenge. All right. And within that challenge, we're going to go over that 13 on what's going to happen in that challenge. All right. And give you an opportunity on that date to sign up and really get into the crunches. All right. To understand what is happening and how you can prepare yourself and structure your business and just have a lot of things in place, you guys. I've been told so many times that nobody have never really took time out to explain a tax return. What does it all mean? Why I have to file taxes? If I have a business, how I thought if I have a business, my taxes will be higher. Well, yes, you will have to pay taxes on business income. But if you know the tax code, you know your tax rate, you know your standard deduction, you have a phenomenal tax specialist as myself. Yes, I have to toot, because who toot my horn? Toot, toot, toot. I don't think nobody tooting the horn for me, but I'm going to toot it. But in modesty, and knowing that God has given me grace and mercy to be where I'm at. And that's why I have a passion to help you. I want you not to be so frantic and so despaired to the point where I know individuals, they don't even file their taxes because they say, well, what's the use? I'm going to wind up owing. Not really. If you can sit down and let's find out what's going on and what's the activities throughout the year. What are you doing? Where you going? Or where what's your plan? See, if you have a plan, I think that sounds like Habata. Write the vision, make it plain, right? So you won't perish, okay? And that's what we're here for. I don't want you to perish. Now, on the Schedule C, for LLCs and self-employed individuals, independent contractors, your information will be on this Schedule C, which is called a profit and loss statement. Now, most of the time, banks want to see your profit and loss statement. However, it depends on what you need from the bank. If you striving to get a loan or a line of credit, then they're going to want those other financial documents, okay? And what's the difference between this profit and loss statement and a financial document is that they get to see your activity. This is just summing it up. This is what bookkeeping is, that will put all your expenses together, all your income together. That's what we do to help our small businesses, to put that down. And right here, that's where it all goes in this part right here. And then at the end, when you pay your taxes, you do not pay your taxes, you guys, on line 1, your gross receipts. No, you don't pay your taxes on your gross income. No, you pay any income tax on anything that's left over that say total expenses, line 29. Wait, that's going to subtract, wait, I'm giving you all the wrong number, 31. Line 31 is going to determine how much self-employed taxes you will have to pay. So take a deep breath and release. Oh my gosh, thank you, Dr. D. Oh, because I've been paying taxes on the wrong amount. Yes, you have. But now you understand you pay taxes on line 31 and not line 7. All right, that's your magic, phenomenal tax tip for today on that as a self-employed business owner. Now, also, I did mention about the employee retention credit, right? Now, most of small businesses may have to hire someone, okay, to help them do certain things. I have independent contractors before to help me with the bookkeeping part, right, in the past. So even with that, if you are striving to try to claim anything for the employer retention credit, and you have independent contractors, if you're not giving them a W-2, they are not, I say it again, they are not employees. All right. Now you can go ahead and transition them into an employee status. Guess what, you guys? It's not that hard. You just have to allocate those payroll taxes and everything that I mentioned earlier, but all of that is still coupled into the money that you make and allocate for payroll. I have a whole nother video that's coming up through the Createpreneur Institute, the entrepreneurship courses that are coming forth in April. So save your date on that. In April, coming soon, Createpreneur Institute will be launching those classes. All right. So yeah, start saving your money up. It's not, and it's going to be very reasonable, very reasonable, very reasonable. To be honest with you, it's what? Lunch or dinner twice a week. If you do that for the month, you'll be ready for April. Yes. Because we spend a lot of money on outing. All right, so let's wrap that up. Always, you can check out my videos. I literally didn't go into any depth with the Schedule C, but right quick, make sure you have your name. This is your regular name. All right. All right. Make sure you have if you have a separate name for your business, if it's a DBA, make sure that this is the same name that you put here, all right, as you sign up and register in with the state or the county. Because what happens, I had this happen last month with one of my class students. Their DBA was not even registered with the name that they had strived to apply for a grant, and they was trying to pull it up and they couldn't find it. And so with all the research and everything, we found out that it was the right name, but the alphabet, oh my gosh, the alphabet, it didn't have a space. So this is a critical thing, business owners, to make sure that, and I had to go through this with SBA. Oh, that's something else I have to add, and then I'm gonna get going. I don't want to hold y'all because I have an apartment. I tried. Oh, I try, Lord. I know I have to try harder. Y'all pray for me. I be trying. But make sure that you have the space, all right? Make sure you have your name spelled out correctly as a business on here. Make sure you have a street address, your city and zip code. Make sure that you have the right NAC code. Okay, we went through that on our last class, and I'm gonna definitely do it in intent because I'm just learning something about the NAT codes that really open up our company to qualify for some other opportunities. And so you don't have to just stay at that one NAT code. If you have the root one, you have so many other opportunities that fall underneath that root code. It can start with a 5-4, a 7-1, a 8-6, 8-2. And as you go, you're going to look and say, oh my God, look at all of the opportunities underneath those NAT codes, okay? And so we're going to learn about all of that, okay? I'm striving to make this as stressless as possible and as reasonable as possible for you all to gain all of the knowledge that will help build your business, all right? So enough of that. Remember, you can always go to IRS. Everything that I've learned is straight from IRS.gov. All right. Now, anybody that received the EIDL, we're about to change subjects. So let's recap. We talked about the employee retention credit. You have to have employees with a W-2 that have was used in business by January 2020, okay? And there are employees, not independent contractors, not individuals that you gave out 1099s. You won't be able to qualify for the credit. However, if you do qualify because you have W-2 employees, and if you did get the PPP or the EIDL, that do not alleviate you from qualifying for that credit, all right? And also remember, it's per employee up to $26,000. Not each employee you get $26,000, because you got to watch some of these companies now, they flashing and they paying the ads, y'all, and they catching your attention. $26,000 per employee. No. Up to. Go on Ervin Management Group, the Facebook page, or the YouTube. I have a link. Fill out that quick survey to see how you pre-qualify, and then I will communicate back with you and we'll start that process. We'll send you a link, and the only thing you have to do is answer the questions, upload the information. My colleague will give you a call to confirm it, and you're on the way. And it's not a direct deposit. It will be sent a check to you from IRS. So make sure at the time of the call, have all your items together, okay? So now let's get out of here. SBA.gov, and I think I'm done. And let me take a breath. Let me see, I have to learn. I'm trying to learn how to make sure to say hi to everyone. Hi, Tina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you. I just prayed that this was a blessing, and I pray that you're able to share this, because I'm finding out that a lot of individuals, especially us as business owners, we are doing phenomenal things. Tina, with your magazine, even with people with the subscriptions, you can file that on your tax return and be structured to receive funding to help you go forward. Okay. Hey, Elder Wright, a blessing, powerful woman of God with your ministries. Okay. A lot of funding is out there, and I know it's overwhelming. I know I'm getting the calls, and even with myself, striving to maintain the company, trying to help in different areas. That's why I say every Wednesday I'll be here through the tax season. So up to April 18th, I'll be doing live every Wednesday at 12 noon, okay? Save the date. Every second Tuesday night at 7:30, We have our cohort class that we go in and literally see what grants are out there. I do a brief giving you clarity on how grants work. That is money you do not have to pay back. And then if you register ahead of time, and I know what city you in, I'll pull up funding because they got funding in every state, you guys. All right. And it's vast. All right. And then we'll select one, and we literally, that's why you need your computer, you need to be by desktop, you need to have all your tax documents so you can know those figures. All right. Because some ask for it right then and there, and then some just have you just submit the information, and then later on they're going to say, okay, you have moved to the second stage, now we need these documents. All right. So I'm going to make sure you have all your documents, show you how to put it in a folder, and have your stuff ready so you can be ready when they send you that fantastic email. All right. And so save the date every second Tuesday night at 7:30. If nothing major happen, I will be on the line. Okay. Then I share with you guys about the S Corps. If you are LLC, this is the time to start getting all your documents together. You got to file those tax returns. March 15th, this month, they are due if you are converting your LLC to an S Corp. What does that mean right quick? That means you're paying yourself, okay? Ervin Management Group is an S Corp because we have employees and I'm paying myself, all right? And so I have to file this month. I also have a personal tax return. S Corp is that corporate tax return on the 1120 that I show you. And I don't have time to really go into that in depth. Go on the YouTube channel. It's on there, and that'll help you out. And if you need more assistance, then that's where the consultation come in, and that's where we really get working with the nitty gritty. Okay, so right now, anybody, and this we're gonna wrap it up. Anybody receive the EIDL? All right. If you receive EIDL, most of the individuals, the major corporations, they're screaming because their payments was due this year. If you receive your EIDL last year, you're not due until 2024. Now, right now, we have a petition. I'm also part of the National Small Business Alliance. I'm an advocate for small businesses. We're advocating to get that EIDL forgiven. You will have to call your state representatives. I have mine in my phone that I call, and I need to make a call today. I try to call at least twice a week or 3 times a week and let them know, hi, this is Ervin Management Group. My name is Danielle Ervin, and I just want to first thank you for being a supporter of small businesses. And as you know, small businesses are still struggling for the aftermath of the pandemic. We would love for you to advocate on our behalf to sign the bill to forgive the EID loan for small businesses that are still struggling as of today. Thank you very much. I would love to work with your office. If you need to contact me, here's my number, 832-573-3095. That's all you have to say. Hang up, and then you wait another 2 days later and you call them again. So far, we have received so many phone calls. Okay, and I'm gonna go into more on that. I'm gonna put that on the YouTube. YouTube. Oh wait. So we need all small businesses. I don't care if you have a DBA, you're a small business. I don't care if you have an S Corp, you're a small business. Anything underneath 500 employees, you're a small businesses, and we're advocating that also because that's mad. These small businesses are producing almost $500 million, and they consider as a small business. How can that be? You ever thought about that? So we're advocating even for the consideration to bring that, to lower that number, because we still are advocating small businesses with 20 employees or less, or even just solopreneurs, that we still struggling. And well, I ain't gonna say still struggling, but uh, we still at a disadvantage to obtain the funding that we need. Okay, and that's why I'm here advocating for this. And you have to go through so many loops and hoops to acquire funding. And I understand where each and every one of you are. Okay, so here is, they're allowing individuals not only to refinance their EID loan, but maybe I went to the wrong one. I might have to do this on a separate feed. But right now, what I really want you guys to do is find out who is your representative. Look, oh, I was supposed to do that. Huh? I was giving you an example on how to make the phone call. So let me go here and let me look for Wilkes, chairman of the House, Roger Williams. Roger Williams is in my phone. I call him 3 times a week, like I just did. It's 202-225-9896. He is the chairman for the small businesses, okay? And right now, they have a petition that is going forth in the House to ask forgiveness, just like they had the PPP forgiveness, and we went through all that. And 98.9%, well, I could really say now, I could really say now all my clients, 100% of our clients here at Ervin Management Group received 100% forgiveness. They did not have to pay that loan back. Even those that did not follow through, but each one of those individuals, we helped them fill out that application. We didn't charge nobody. The charge that came is to prepare the accounting for what's going to come in years ahead to receive those documents. And we do have those documents. And those that have paid that accounting rate, see, that's the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. And I know I'm going on a rant with that, but yeah, all our clients debt free. They didn't have to pay that money back. So now the next small business advocate, the small business, is Ben Carton. He's been excellent, you guys. He brought the SBA in a hearing, and with Ismail Guzman, who's the director of the small business, they've really been pushing it, okay? But for our community, we need to step up, you guys, all right? My heart, Lord have mercy, and I'm gonna end on this. Are you in business, or is it just a hobby? Because we are leaving money on the table, you guys. We're leaving money on the table because we are looking at the now and the cost to get us where God wants us to go. All right. I'm telling y'all right now, these other communities, they're doing what they have to do. They're doing what they have to do so much that now it's a backlog. Now, I've been saying this since January. Now, if you go on the city of Houston, you go right here. SAM.gov, it's a backlog. They're telling you up front. I'm trying to see where I saw it at. Okay, they're trying to show you. Oh, it's still got my little stuff on here. Search. Or maybe I have to Google it. But I know I saw it, or did they send me an email? They sent the email, and I know I saw it on somebody's page. I know the city of Houston has it. The city of Houston. For certifications, backlog. Oh, can't be reached. So what I did. Okay, City of Houston, Government Center. You can always go and everything is the rodeo time, y'all. I forgot about the rodeo time. Business opportunities. Application certifications. Oh, I wonder if it's because my cachet going straight to the portals. This is where I have to go when they send me solicitations. Main government. Well, anyway, I'm not going to take up that much time, but when you go into, or maybe it's once you go in and register so you can start that process, it's going to pop up. And what's going to pop up is going to say it's 4 to 6 months delay for certifications. Ouch. Yeah. So with that, I want you all to be encouraged. If you have any concerns, any questions, or you need any help, and there's something else I have to do. Right quick, let me go. You have to call your company. Go to any questions or you need any help. And there's something else I have to do. Right quick, let me go. You have to call your company. I don't want to have a feedback. Oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys. I know y'all gotta go. I gotta go too. All right. So yeah, Ervin Management. This is Ervin Management Group website. Okay. When you call 832-573-3095 during office hours, the virtual assistant will not really pick up the phone, but they're gonna get an alert, and then you have to opt in. All right. If you need help to get your taxes done, we'll offer you a tax form so you can know exactly what you need to start the process in filing your tax return, okay? Next, once you do that, you go to online appointments, all right? And I can tell you now, you probably don't have no appointments until next week. But still, yeah, the 8th, so we just have these available. And when you click on there, you're gonna click on a time and click tax consultation. All right. That will let me know where it will allow you to set an appointment with me free of charge for at least 15 minutes. Okay. And then from there, we'll see what we need to do. Okay. You fill out that form, you send it to me. Then I'm going to send you an engagement letter, right? In the invoice on how much that package is. Once that is done, we begin your process, all right? For bookkeeping service, the same thing. We have incorporated the business-to-business compliance solution. That's part of the leadership development, and a lot of individuals want to become certified. They want to know how that is done. Well, we have implemented a packages, all right? Very minimum fee, okay? But it is a service fee. You can do it yourself. I have steps. And then we'll have hand-on where we'll assist you. Okay, and then we have the premium package. Still very economical from what I've been told from other constituents, all right? And so overall, we're here to help you. We want you to think bigger with your business because they're gonna have some stuff coming up that God wants you to be structured. Okay. The new norm is government wants your business and you need the cash flow. All right. And this, when you click here, you're going to go to the contact page and let us know what kind of business you're in, what you need for us to do. How can we help you? That'll save a lot of time, you guys. All right. It will save a lot of time. Okay. This is where you go for the grant class. All right. I'm posting this prior grant classes because these grants are rolling grants. If you miss it in January, it's coming back in June. So guess what? You can go and see the names. I try to put the names on the grants so you'll know, oh, okay, she did a class with Texas. She did a class with Hello Alice. Oh, she did a class. You understand what I'm saying? So you won't have to like, oh, she want me to pay for this, pay for that. No, you pay for the class that you want. And each one, I've literally taken my time and went through each link and describe what they're asking you, how to word it, what's the keywords that they're looking at when it comes to the algorithms where your grant can come up to the top. All right. Okay. I think that's it, you guys. I'm sorry. I tried, man. I be trying, but it's a lot of information. I'm told I give out too much information, but hey, I just, this is resources. All right. This is resources for you. Now you go and search the matter out. Now, when it's time for the work, yeah, I'm here to help you work. I'm here to help you get it done. All right. And that's what it's all about. I want you to succeed, and it don't make no sense for others to come in and sweep you away and give you all these other objectives to obtain, and you still got to go back and make a phone call. And I'm just sharing what I'm getting, and they need assistance in ABCDFG, you know. So overall, check out my flyer. This says Colorectal Cancer Month, sponsored by Redeemed by the Blood Ministries, and Urban Management Group is partnered with Redeemed by the Blood Ministries. And this is exciting for me. And so this afternoon, I'll begin posting every day some insight on colorectal cancer, how it starts, what you can do to prevent it way, and then we'll have a nice Zoom gathering March, I think it's the 31st, the last day of the month, to really, or that week. I haven't gotten a date for it yet. But if you're willing, we are looking for volunteers to help in different areas. I encourage you to go to Volunteer Match, register, go through that process for me. Okay, it's a reason why that you go through that process, because it will alleviate a lot of work. And once you go through Volunteer Match, when I get the email and converse back and forth with you, then hey, we're going to get together. We have a lot of things going on with this here. Okay, March 5th, that's Friday. That's no, not Friday. March 3rd, that's Friday, is colorectal cancer really launch day. So if you have anything blue, like a teal, you know, maybe something like this I have. I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Teal, green, bluish, that represents colorectal cancer month. If you know anyone that have encountered that experience and they are survivors, I welcome them, send them to Redeemed by the Blood Ministries on the Facebook page. And we have some stuff coming up. Okay. So I pray that this was helpful and to get you together. Remember that Urban Management Group, we are here to assist the entrepreneurs, the small businesses, all right, the BIPOC community, to help you stay in compliance within your industry. All right, and that's by way of tax planning preparation, bookkeeping, all right, and we have added the leadership development, where now as incorporate the leadership development, meaning now we have our It's Time to Strike Goals program. That's the 3-day challenge that is coming up, okay? Say the date, March 13th. And with the leadership development, we are helping businesses get started, structured, and scale it up through pre-qualification for certification to obtain government contracts for their business. Until then, I always say, are you in business or it's just a hobby? I'm just saying. God bless and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.